3 lifelong friends, 6 trusty balls, and endless NFL takes. Welcome to 3 Guys, 6 Balls NFL Podcast.
Welcome to episode 44 of 3 Guys, 6 Balls NFL Podcast. I'm your host, Joel, and I am finally joined by both of my co-hosts once again, Will and Avery. Avery was gone so long, I forgot he was even part of the show.
Forgot I was alive.
Well, he is our first. He is the first and fifth ball, so we got to make sure he's there.
Keeping it together. Keeping them close. One a little lower than the other.
Well, it's good to have you guys back
Naturally.
with me. It's good to have you guys back. I'm excited to have you guys back with me for the new year. And so to get us started today, we're just going to get right into it. Will, go ahead and give us your final recap of the NFL regular season, and then we'll get this thing going.
All right, I will, but first I need to dial it back. So I missed last week, and so I didn't get to tell this story last week. So 2 weeks ago, Seahawks-Rams played, and I'm sitting there watching Thursday Night Football, watching the game with my son, and I think I was on since this game has happened, but I forgot about this because I blocked it out. But it has been consistent for 3 straight weeks now since the Seahawks-Rams game. I'm sitting there watching this game with my son. Clearly have become a Rams fan. I mean, I'm decked out. Game time. We're doing the thing. We're in the stadium in our house, decked out in our Rams gear. And I say we, I just mean me. Sitting there watching with my son. Mind you, this sweet boy is 5 years old. He doesn't know anything. He didn't even like. Matter of fact, most times he doesn't even watch football. I turn it on, it's grumbling, it's whining. Man, I don't want to watch football. Let's watch something else. Let's watch Mulan. Nah, dog, it's football time.
The new one or the original?
No, never the new one. That's
Good.
we didn't go
Good.
down that path.
I'm just making sure because there's people watching right now that are like, boy.
No, he's weird, not that weird. Anyway, so we're sitting there watching the game, and he's like, "Dad, what team do you want to win?" And I go, "Well, I'd like the Rams to win." And he goes, "Well, I want the Seahawks to win." And I went, "Okay, that's fine. You can root for the Seahawks. That's no problem. I'm trying to be a supportive dad." I even said, "You know what, buddy? Growing up, you're going to have a lot of friends at school who are Seahawks fans. I have no problem with you being a Seahawks fan. The problem is this sweet boy is 5 years old. Every time they get 1 yard, ha, Dad, they got a yard." Like, oh, buddy, you don't even know football. And then the Rams were not doing well at that time of the game. They were getting their cheeks clapped early in that game. They had to come back, questionable reffing calls. It was just relentless for my 5-year-old who does not even like football. Go Seahawks. Yeah, go. It's like, oh, boy, it's his bedtime. It's 4 o'clock bedtime. Get out of here. Go away. So anyway, there's that. My son's a Seahawks fan. He's been consistent with it for 3 weeks now. And during the game, I texted Joey Case, our noted Seahawks fan on the show that's not related to Avery. And he and I actually live in the same town here. And he was texting me back about, "Oh, yeah, I'm so glad Russ is part of the team," and this, that. You're just like, "Welcome to the 12s, Russell." Just this whole thing. And now here we are. My son is a Seahawks fan, which will be great because we're going to grow up, or he's going to grow up, and he's 5, right? He will make a different choice 100 times in his life. He'll be a fan of every team in the NFL before he finally decides on one.
On the Raiders.
I hope
Or
so.
the Jets. Raiders or Jets is where I'll land.
I hope so. My daughter,
Yeah,
though,
You could do that to him. You could be like, ha ha.
My
No
daughter,
picks
though,
this year. Ha ha.
she has picked the Rams early, and I'm going to make sure it stays that way. But there's a lot of outside influence on my son right now. Go pull him for the Seahawks, which is fine, but whatever.
Wait, was it outside influence or was it just he looked at the screen and saw the Seahawks and said, I'm going to go for the Seahawks?
So I think it's a little bit of both because my father-in-law and mother-in-law, both Seahawks fans. Okay, so he goes to Seahawks household regularly. My parents, well, my dad, avid Cowboys fan. I grew up a Cowboys fan. So my side of the family, pretty big Cowboys fans. My wife's side of the family, pretty big Seahawks fans. And the way things have had it recently, we've kind of seen them a bit more than my side of the family, so he's around it a bit more. But he'll forget about it when baseball season comes around, and we're talking baseball a lot, and then football will come back around, and hopefully he forgets the Seahawks even exist, and we only watch Rams. But we'll get there when we get there. Anyway.
It's funny you tell that story, Will, because my son does the same thing with me. And for some reason, it's always the Falcons. Every time he sees the Falcons, he's like, "I'm going to be a Falcons fan, Dad." And I'm like, "Well, you suck then." I didn't actually say
You
that.
can do that.
I didn't actually say
You can do that.
You can be a Falcons fan and suck at the same time. You can do both. It's your choice.
But Will, my bigger question for you is, did you have to explain to your son what getting your cheeks clapped means?
No. Not yet.
A friend of his will do that later.
He does go to public school in a small town here in Oregon. I'm sure he'll hear cheeks clapped and get her done so many times. Although I don't know if the kids are saying get her done anymore.
No, that's a
no. Now they're
that-
saying
that
6,
ended.
7.
Oh,
Dude,
trust
that
me.
better have stayed in 2025, dude. If I
No.
hear that one more time.
Okay. You don't know how many times an NFL score is 6 to 7 until you have a kid around. The amount of times my 5-year-old can read some numbers, some of them, not even all of them yet. Kid's kind of an idiot. Love him to
Specifically
death.
2.
Specifically those ones. And when it is 6 to 7, they just scored a touchdown. They're about to take an extra point. The amount of times I hear 6, 7, oh my gosh, heaven forbid. One team scores 2 field goals, the next team scores a touchdown. Dad, score 6, 7. Oh, all right. I need to move on. We are 10 minutes into this almost already. I'm losing it. The score of the Steelers game, I think, was 26-27. Or there was a game that was 26-27 for a long time this weekend. And just, Dad, look, Dad, look. Yes, son, I'm looking at the TV. I know the score. I know it. I can read the numbers. I'm 30-something years old. I've been able to read for generations at this point.
30-something. I know how to count. Except my age. I'm 30. I'm in the 30s.
Anywho, Week 18 football started off hot with Saturday afternoon football. With the season on the line, we had Panthers at Bucks. Season on the line, kind of. The Bucks hold on to get the win to boost themselves in the playoffs. They just need a little bit of help from the trustworthy Saints. What could possibly go wrong? Well, that went wrong. Panthers lose 2 straight in an ugly way and made it into the playoffs. Seahawks at 49ers. Final score of this game was 13-3, but I think everyone who watched that game can agree the Seahawks dominated this game. Seahawks win, securing number 1 seed and home field advantage throughout the playoffs. I'm starting to buy into this new Pope theory for Seattle. Have you guys seen this one?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
It's wild.
It is, and it's 2005, 2013, 2025, 8 years apart, which seems oddly frequent for new popes. But here we are. Better watch out, I guess. Go Russell, I guess. Ooh, yeah, your team's going to make the Super Bowl your first year. Good job. Anyway, this Niners team looks...
If the Rams make it.
Yeah, I hope so. That's what I'm going to say to me if the Rams make it. Yeah, this Niners team did not look good at all, putting up only 3 points. It was not good. Colts at Texans. Colts fans have to be semi-pleased with what they saw from Riley Leonard, who I would like to add in here. I did say would end up starting this season. So here we are. Yes, I was right.
You did say that.
Texans win, but they gave up 30 points for the first time this season, which I think is crazy. This is the first time all season they gave up 30 points. 30 or more. So pretty good defense over there. It is probably because they pulled all their starters out in the second half. That matters. Browns at Bengals. Joe Burrow lays down and gives Myles Garrett the sack record. Fine, you don't want to get hit. I don't blame you. Last game of the season doesn't matter anyway. But he for sure laid down and gave Myles Garrett that sack. It's crazy how bad this Browns team is when they have legitimate candidates for Defensive Player of the Year, 2 legitimate candidates for Offensive Player of the Year, and Judkins and Harold Fanning Jr., Offensive Rookie of the Year with Judkins and Fanning Jr., and Defensive Rookie of the Year with Schlesinger. This team has a lot of promise. Just got to get the right quarterback in there. Because I maybe Shedeur is that guy, but I don't know. He did not grow like, say, Tyler Shuck grew throughout this year. Saints and Falcons. Saints blow up big for the Buccaneers, as mentioned. Falcons hold on to win a meaningless game for both teams. Falcons don't even have a first-round pick, so this game literally meant nothing to them. The Packers at Vikings. Packers treat this game like a preseason game and play no one, and pretty much just handing the Vikings the win. Kind of a weird spot for the Packers, having the 7th seed locked up with no room to move up or down going into the final week. I get it, give them a mini bye. Hope they don't just come off too rusty. Titans at Jaguars. The first quarter of this game finished tied at 7-7. Then the Titans remembered who they were and lost horribly. The Titans technically scored first, which means that they then gave up 41 straight points to the Jaguars, which is just bad for anyone. Cowboys at Giants. Giants win. Who cares? Dallas pulled their starters out at halftime. Jackson Dart probably made the coolest play of the day, though. I don't know if you saw it right before halftime. He gets pulled down by his face mask, flips it backhand to somebody, and he ran. I was thinking it was like a 4th down play with 20 seconds left, something like that. He ran a bunch of yards for a touchdown. It looked cool in the moment. Cardinals at Rams. Stafford throws for 4 touchdowns. He steals his MVP run. Cardinals keep it close until the 4th quarter, and then the Rams run away with it. Personal opinion, I think this Cardinals team may be the best coaching job available right now. They're going to have to fix that defense, but that offense is pretty well put together if you can get the right piece in there. Jacoby Brissett may be the right piece, but that defense is giving up way too many points consistently. Chiefs at Raiders. As I predicted before the season started, Raiders and Chiefs split the home-and-home series. Not quite how I thought it was going to happen, but if you strip the meaning of MVP down, I think maybe Mahomes should win it this year, because even the defense played worse without Mahomes in the field. He's clearly the most valuable player, at least to the team. It's crazy. Now, no, I'm not actually advocating for Mahomes to win MVP. But when your defense plays worse because your quarterback's not out there, that's just a crazy thought to me. And then we've got Commanders at Eagles. Eagles finish at 3-3 in the worst division of football with the loss of the Commanders this week. They still make the playoffs as a 3 seed. Dolphins at Pats. Pats wins carrying the 2 seed, and these running backs are going to be a problem in the playoffs. This Pats team looks pretty good. And how on earth does Mike McDaniel still have his job? I think with the firing of Harbaugh today, it's going to give some other teams a bit more confidence to let go of their coach. And man, this guy, he fumbled the ball hard, metaphorically, of course. Lions at Bears. You cannot be happy if you're a Bears fan. Yes, you have the 2 seed, but the last couple of weeks have been rough. But we put up 38 points in the Niners. Yeah, well, as mentioned, that offense just put up 3 points with actual good defense. This Bears team, woof. Good luck against the Packers. It is not going to be good for the Bears' first round of playoffs, I don't think. Chargers at Broncos. I would like you guys to explain to me here the mindset where you go into the last week, you can play spoiler to a division rival with them getting the 1 seed. You still have a chance to jump up to the 6 seed, but instead you sit your players and you just settle for the 7 seed. I'm pretty sure Chargers are just going to be out first round. This is a bad coaching decision and may cost the other Harbaugh his job. It may. It's a bad, to me, well, Herbert's hand's broken. Yeah, well, so is Rodgers, and he was out there balling. Well, they had to win to make the playoffs. Whatever. Anyway, Jets at Bills. A UNC legend, Mitchell Trubisky, leads the Bills to a solid 6 seed position. This Jets team finishes with a NFL record-setting season. You guys heard about this yet? Jets set a new NFL record for lowest interception total on the season, with zero interceptions in the whole entire season. But we lost Sauce Gardner. Yep. People still played.
Before that either.
Yeah. Sauce Gardner finishes the season with the worst record in the NFL. I don't know if you guys have seen this.
I have seen
but he just abysmal. Not his fault specifically, but then to finish off Sunday Night Football, we had Ravens at Steelers. Father Maximilian Maxwell blesses the south end zone where rookie kicker Tyler Loop took after senior kicker Boswell, both missing kicks wide right, sending the Steelers to the playoffs. Have you guys seen that?
I have seen that.
The videos of the Catholic priest out there sprinkling holy water on the end zone. Now, he's technically blessing it for good health and good safety and this, that, and the other, but it just so happened to be the same end zone where he hooks that thing wide right. That was crazy to watch. Anyway, that was week 18, final week of the NFL season.
One thing on that game real quick. I don't understand what the Ravens were doing at the end there. Like, I get that you want to just kick the field goal and try and win the game, but you also lost yards taking a knee. Like, it wasn't just like he snapped the ball and took a knee. He ran backwards and then took a knee. He lost yards. And I'm not saying that would have changed it, but why wouldn't you try to get more yards when you still have the ability to do so instead of going backwards?
It guarantees you the field position that your kicker wants. Because if you go backwards, you're going to be pressured less. And if a few yards at sub 50 generally is not a bad, we'll take that. We'll take a few yards backwards for a guaranteed right hash, left hash, center position.
Well, it didn't work out so well.
It did not.
All right, well, thanks for the wrap-up, Will. I'll look forward to your first wrap-up of the wild card round of the playoffs coming up.
Super wild card weekend wrap-up. I'm excited.
All right, so today we're going to be talking about the wild card games that are coming up this week. But before we do that, I thought we'd do something fun. I thought we'd look back on our top 10 fantasy rankings for the 2025 season. So what I'm going to do over the next 3 weeks, I'm going to break it up into 3 weeks. So this week, I'm going to do quarterbacks and running backs. Next week, I'll do the wide receivers and tight ends. And then in the final week, I'll do our kickers and defenses. So I went back. Yeah, very fun. Yeah. I went back and I looked at our top 10 rankings and our top 5 rankings for the kickers and defenses. But I looked at all the top rankings we had for fantasy football, and I've given us each a score based off of how our top 10 rankings finished. So basically how this worked is if you had the player in the top 10, if they finished in the top 10, you get a point. If you had that player finishing at a certain position and they did finish at that exact position, you get a point plus an extra point. Yes, thank you. If you were the only one who had that person in the top 10, you get 2 points.
Ooh.
And so that's how these scores are going. So just to read you guys, I'll start with the quarterbacks. So the top 10 rankings, the actual rankings for the quarterbacks, the top 10 this season. Number 1, Josh Allen. Number 2 is Drake May. Number 3 is Matthew Stafford. Number 4 is Trevor Lawrence. Number 5 is Caleb Williams. Number 6 was Dak Prescott. Number 7 is Bo Nix. Number 8 is Jalen Hurts. Number 9 is Jared Goff. And number 10 is Justin Herbert. So we'll start with Will's score here.
Oh,
so just so you guys, just to recap Will's top 10 going into the season, it was 1 Lamar Jackson, 2 Joe Burrow, 3 Josh Allen, 4 Patrick Mahomes, 5 Jalen Hurts, 6 Jaden Daniels, 7 Bo Nix, 8 Baker Mayfield, 9 Justin Herbert, and 10 Dak Prescott. So Will got a total score of 8 points. He had Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, Bo Nix, Justin Herbert, and Dak Prescott in his top 10, and he was the only one who had Justin Herbert and Dak Prescott in his top 10.
Ooh!
And
bonus points.
And he got a bonus point for having Bo Nix at number 7, which we all had Bo Nix at number 7, by the way.
Oh, dang it.
So cancels it all out.
So it didn't really matter, but you did get a bonus point. All right. So then Avery's rankings went like this. 1 Joe Burrow, 2 Josh Allen, 3 Lamar Jackson, 4 Jalen Hurts, 5 Jaden Daniels, 6 Baker Mayfield, 7 Bo Nix, 8 Jared Goff, 9 Kyler Murray, and 10 Aaron Rodgers. So Avery got Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, 2 points for Bo Nix at number 7, and Jared Goff. So he had a total of 5 points for the quarterbacks.
Eat it.
And then my rankings went Josh Allen, number 1, 2 Lamar Jackson, 3 Joe Burrow, 4 Jalen Hurts, 5 Baker Mayfield, 6 Jaden Daniels, 7 Bo Nix, 8 Jared Goff, 9 Kyler Murray, and 10 Caleb Williams. So I got a bonus point for having Josh Allen at number 1, which, by the way, you guys made fun of me for because of my statistical reasoning for that.
It's because you had statistical reasoning. It's not, it doesn't matter what you said. It was because it was statistical reasoning.
I will do it every time, you nerd.
So I had Josh Allen at number 1. I had Jalen Hurts. I had Bo Nix at number 7, so I got a bonus point there. I had Jared Goff, and I was the only one who had Caleb Williams in the top 10. So I scored a total of 8 points as well. So on the quarterbacks,
not putting Caleb Williams.
So on the quarterbacks, Will and I had 8 points and Avery had 5 points. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to total our scores for all of the positions at the end of this.
So I can still win. I can still win outright here because I know Javonte Williams, I got made fun of, but I'm pretty sure he snuck into that top 10, didn't he?
We'll find out. We'll find out.
We will find out right now.
Okay.
Right now.
Okay, so here is the running back rankings. Here's the actual top 10 rankings for running backs.
May I pause you real quick, Joel? All right, a couple things here as you're moving into receiving people. Where are you getting your rankings from? What site?
Sleeper.
Sleeper. And then is this full point PPR, half point PPR, no point PPR?
Nerd.
No, this matters. This matters because someone on the internet is going to be like, well, my rankings look like this. Yeah, well, you've got touchdowns or 800 points. Of course, Stafford was first.
This is full point PPR.
Okay. So standard scoring, full point PPR. Got it.
Yes.
It matters for the internet.
Yes. Okay. So here's the running back rankings, the actual rankings. 1, Christian McCaffrey. 2, Bijan Robinson. 3, Jahmyr Gibbs. 4, Jonathan Taylor. 5, Devon Achane. 6, James Cook. 7, Chase Brown. 8, Derrick Henry. 9, Kyren Williams. And 10, Travis Etienne.
Oh,
dang it.
Where did he rank?
For a long
time. So Javonte
time.
Williams ranked at number 12.
So
for a long
Will's
time,
ranking
he
of
was sitting at
7.
number 7.
Yes, Will's ranking of 7 actually does not look that bad. He finished at number 12. That is actually still a very good prediction. So I give you props for that one.
Ridiculed for it.
It was wrong.
I give you props.
You were wrong, but you could have been right if things were different.
It wasn't as wrong as we thought you were going to be.
It wasn't as wrong as it should have been.
In the words of Mike Tomlin, if my aunt had boy parts, she would be my uncle.
All right, so here are Will's before the season rankings for running backs. 1, Jahmyr Gibbs. 2, Ashton Jeanty. 3, Saquon Barkley. 4, Bijan Robinson. 5, Derrick Henry. 6, Bucky Irving. 7, Javonte Williams. 8, Alvin Kamara. 9, DeAndre Swift. And 10, Kyren Williams. So Will had a total of 4 points because he had Jahmyr Gibbs, Bijan Robinson, Derrick Henry, and Kyren Williams in the top 4. Okay, so Avery's
decimated
top
by
10
injury there.
Yeah.
Decimated.
Avery's top 10 running backs. 1, Bijan Robinson. 2, Derrick Henry. 3, Jahmyr Gibbs. 4, Saquon Barkley. 5, Ashton Jeanty. 6, Jonathan Taylor. 7, Bucky Irving. 8, Alvin Kamara. 9, Devon Achane. And 10, Chuba Hubbard. So Avery had a total of 7 points because he had Bijan Robinson. He had Derrick Henry. He had Jahmyr Gibbs at 3, so he got a bonus point there. He had Jonathan Taylor, and he was the only one who had Jonathan Taylor. And then he had Devon Achane. So he got a total of 7 points.
Caught up to Will right there. Right?
Nope.
I'm one down.
You did. No, you're tied. You're tied with Will.
Yeah, 8-4 and 7-5.
We'll see you next week, Will, for the wide receiver time.
Hell yeah, brother. Sorry, Dwayne.
All right. So my top 10 rankings before the season. 1, Bijan Robinson. 2, Christian McCaffrey. 3, Jahmyr Gibbs. 4, Saquon Barkley. 5, Derrick Henry. 6, Ashton Jeanty. 7, Kyren Williams. 8, Devon Achane. 9, Josh Jacobs. And 10, Bucky Irving. And I scored a total of 8 points, giving me the lead with 16 points compared to your guys' 12 points. Because I had Bijan Robinson in the top 10. I had Christian McCaffrey, and I was the only one who had Christian McCaffrey. I had Jahmyr Gibbs at 3, so I got bonus points for McCaffrey and Jahmyr Gibbs. I had Derrick Henry, Kyren Williams, and Devon Achane. So the current score is myself at 16 points, Will and Avery tied at 12.
Remember who made up the scoring rubric?
Yeah, I know. Remember who decided this was going to be a game? Oh, hey guys, it's a fun game for us.
If you picked Christian McCaffrey, you get an additional 12 points. Oh, you guys didn't pick him.
Look at that.
Remember when I texted you guys the scoring and you guys agreed to the scoring?
No, but that probably happened.
I don't think there's any written proof of that. Sorry, I can't. It's not admissible in court. Sorry.
All right. Anyways, I'm going into next week's rankings with a 4-point lead on you guys, so we'll see how it goes. I don't know the current rankings. I have not done it yet, so I have no idea.
And we're doing receivers and tight ends next.
Receivers and tight ends.
I'm gonna make all the points back on the kickers. I had a great kicker list. I had all the funniest names, all of them.
One in particular.
Forgot about that.
I'm sure we'll get
there.
there.
I looked it up. I'm like, there's some winners in these last names.
All right. Anyways, so what we're officially talking about today is the playoff matchups for the wild card round. And so we're just going to go through in order of these games, starting with Rams at Panthers, the 5 seed versus the 4 seed. And so, Will, you're a Panthers fan. Why don't you break this game down for us?
Yeah, dog. So what we got is the best versus the best, right? 5 weeks ago, Panthers-Rams played in Carolina. So same scenario, worse weather, and the Panthers won. And that's just kind of what happened. Now, coming back off of injury, the Rams get their tackle back, and Devontae Adams back. I am truly worried about Bryce Young throwing the football. The Rams have had abysmal pass defense the past 3-4 weeks now. Pretty much since the Panthers game, actually, about the last 5 weeks. Abysmal secondary back there. If they don't get Poona Ford, Bryce? Get Byron? I don't know. Young versus Ford and Turner, their front four. If they don't get them to the quarterback fast, I'm scared for what's going on in the secondary right now. And unfortunately for the Panthers, fortunately for the Panthers, all of their receivers are like 6'8" plus. It seems like those guys are just the tallest people in the football field. Man, Rams are 10.5-point favorites last time I checked, and we don't talk a lot about gambling here, but the odds makers are usually pretty spot on with that kind of stuff. But it doesn't give me a lot of hope because playoff football is just different. The only real benefit for the Rams in this case is that they've been here before. They have a lot of playoff experience on their team. I think that matters a lot. So I like the Rams in this game, and not just because I'm a Rams fan. I think it is. 12-5 versus 8-9, and it's a bit of a revenge game, being the fact that the Rams just lost the Panthers 5 weeks ago.
What do you think, Avery?
Yeah, Rams are going to win this game.
I think so too.
I don't. This is honestly, I think this might be the least questionable matchup of the wild cards to me. This is the easiest pick.
I agree. I have seen a lot of people picking the Panthers.
Fake fan.
I think Chargers at Patriots is the easiest pick of the week.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah. Especially if they give up like halfway through. They're like, we're probably fine. If you're down 2 touchdowns, we're going to rest.
Yeah. So there's that.
All right, well, here's what I'll say about this game is, one, Will already mentioned it, is the Rams have the playoff experience. They have a quarterback and a coach who have won a Super Bowl, and the Panthers have nobody who has done anything in the playoffs. The Panthers, and I'm not just saying this because I'm a Bucs fan, but the Panthers don't deserve to be in the playoffs. No team in the NFC South deserves to be in the playoffs. They have a losing record. They have to rely on another team to win to get in. They don't deserve to be here. I know they beat the Rams last time, not happening this time. The Panthers just don't compare to the Rams when you look at the numbers. And these are offensive numbers that I'm going to give you guys. The Rams are first in total yards. The Panthers are 27th. The Rams are first in passing yards. The Panthers are 26th. The Rams are 7th in rushing yards. The Panthers are 19th. The Rams are first in points. Panthers are 27th. They just don't compare. There's no comparing these two teams. The Rams are going to crush the Panthers in this game. They're going to get their revenge. They've been here before. They have the experience, and the Panthers don't. Rams are winning this game.
They should make a rule where if you win the division, but you have a losing record, that you are eliminated and we give it to the next best record in the conference.
I actually saw something on that.
Really?
Yeah. I saw something on that on social media, and I was like, that's actually not a bad idea.
Because I think it's like, hey, dude, if you're all garbage and you're like, hey, we can all just rest our players and then just whoever has the best losing record gets in. I mean, obviously that doesn't happen.
Do you know what team that would be?
Who?
The Minnesota Vikings. Is that who we want in the playoffs? J.J. McCarthy?
I'd rather see Bryce Young get his ass beat. Sorry, Dad.
BTA? Belt to behind.
But in general, though, I just feel like, look, if your division is just garbage and you win it like while losing, it's like, dude, just put in the next best team. Like, I think it makes it a little more interesting, gives you a threshold you need to beat. I just think that, like, you're making the playoffs with a losing record. That's just not right. It's just not right.
It's not. It's really not. All right. Anyways, let's move on to Packers at Bears. So I know we started with Will last time, but I would like Will to start on this one again too, because he's a Bears fan. He's a big Bears fan.
Joel's a big ass nerd. Sorry, Dwayne. I'm real big on the eye test.
I didn't realize my butt was that big.
Let me tell you,
it's looking nice. Looking nice.
Thank you.
It's more nectarine than peach, all right? That's what
I would show you guys, but I don't have any pants on right now, so.
Shout out.
It's the perfect time.
Yeah, you said your wife's not home. I don't blame you.
It's boys' night for the boys. Do it for the boys.
Looking at the eye test of these two teams, if you take the Packers, they have not looked exceptional recently. But last week, you kind of throw that one away because the Packers didn't play anybody. Who is partying at your house, Avery?
Hey, shut up. They're good now.
They're good now. It's okay. Give me time to stall. You have to throw away last week because the Packers sat everybody to give themselves a mini bye week because they already had week 7 locked up. Before that, I mean, they've lost 4 in a row coming to the playoffs with their last win against the Bears in early December. So they've been in a bit of a stinker recently. But people have been hurt, people have been out, and everybody's coming back for the playoffs because it's the playoffs. That's what you do.
Except Micah.
The Bears have been playing everybody and still have not looked good in the past few weeks. I think playoff experience comes in here as well. The Packers may be young, but they've been to the playoffs consistently. I don't actually know who's going to win this game. I think the Bears will sneak this one out. I really do. I think the Bears win this game. I don't like it. I don't like to say it, but it does give the Rams the opportunity to kick their behinds in round 2, and I do like that. But I do think the Bears win this one.
Here's the thing, Will, with the playoff experience for the Bears versus the Packers is I know the Packers have made it to the playoffs the last few seasons, but they've only won 1 game, and it was against the Dallas Cowboys. Is that really valuable playoff experience? Is it?
It is against the Cowboys. If it was Packers Cowboys, I know who I'd pick.
Still being there matters.
True. Okay, so, that's fair. I'm counting more as like a half a win versus an actual win, just because it's Dallas. But
yeah, and because they did get just half a win.
They did.
That's true. They did. They did get half a win.
That's exactly accurate. I also think the Bears are gonna win. To me, the difference is Ben Johnson. I think he's gonna sneak it out. He's got a little bit of that Cignetti energy to him. Just looking pissed on the sideline. I like that.
Hot take here. If the Packers lose this game, LaFleur is out.
Interesting.
LaFleur.
I think there are 3 teams, maybe 4 teams, that if they lose in the first round or don't make the championship game, possibly even the Super Bowl, their coach is gone.
Who are those teams?
We'll get there.
Okay. Well, we know the Packers has won. Avery, do you have anything else to add?
The Bears will win and the Packers will lose.
Wow. That's cool. A bold take.
Cool. Yep. All right.
Both ends.
Well, here's my thoughts on it. I have 1 key for the Bears and 1 key for the Packers in this game because both of these teams are a couple plays away from being undefeated against the other team when they've played this season. So both of these teams are very, very close to being 2-0 against the other one. So now they get the chance to split the tie. And here's 1 key for the Bears and 1 key for the Packers. I think for the Bears is create turnovers because both of these teams are really good at taking care of the ball. They're 2 of the best teams in the league at taking care of the ball. But the Bears were significantly better at taking the ball away than the Packers were. And you've done it all season long, and now it's time to do it when it really, really matters. So for the Bears, 1 key for this game is find a way to get turnovers. 1 key for the Packers is find a way to get out to an early 2-possession lead and keep it that way. If you have the lead late in the 4th quarter and you give Caleb Williams the ball back, he will either beat you or he will come within a play or 2 of beating you. He's done it several times this year. And if you let Caleb Williams stay in this game, it does not matter if you are winning when it comes down to 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter, whether you're up by 3 or 7. If you're not up by 2 scores, there is a high possibility that you will lose. So if you're the Packers, you have to get off to a hot start, get a 2-possession lead, and keep it that way. Otherwise, the closer that you get to the end of the game, the chances of you winning will continue to go down because Caleb Williams will find a way to either beat you or come very, very close to beating you.
I can see that.
I would also like to take a minute here to officially apologize to Bear Den Live. Not because I think the Bears are good anyway, but he did say the Bears were going to win the North and all this, and I gave him a real hard time for it.
He did.
And he was right, and I have to give him his flowers because he was right and I was wrong. Although Caleb Williams did not throw for 4,000 yards, that dude still looks like buttered up hot garbage, in my opinion. He's going to have to learn how to actually throw the ball confidently before I'm going to agree that he's good. But until we get there, I'm not saying it. But the Bears did do better than I expected. And to that, my bad.
All right, let's move on to Bills at Jags. So for this one, I want to start off with a question for you guys. And Avery, you can go first on this one to answer this question. Who do you trust more,
Jags.
Josh Allen or Trevor Lawrence?
Trevor Lawrence.
Really?
Yep. I wouldn't have said that a month ago. But the Jags are like the reverse Colts. They just got hot, like right when the Colts were like, we're done playing. We're done winning. That's actually not our goal anymore. We're just going to lose out. The Jags are weird. They still to me look like the classic Jags, but they just keep winning. And so, and also the Bills just don't look familiar. They don't look like that old Bills team that could only lose to the Chiefs. And it's too bad that it happened this year. Of all the years to go to the playoffs. Anyway, but yeah, I think the Jags. I do trust Trevor Lawrence. However, that being said, I could see, playoff Josh show up and just start, just going crazy. So, I think it might be the Jags here just as a surprise. But if Josh Allen goes off, I won't necessarily be surprised.
I can agree with that. What do you think, Will? Who do you have winning this game?
6-7.
Who knows? 6-7. It's actually 6-3. Thank you.
6-3.
I don't know, man. I am all over the place with this game because I think the Jags have been more consistent recently. There's no other way to argue that, really. But we saw it in the Patriots game, the Bills-Patriots game, when Josh Allen goes into, I'm just gonna win this game. I don't need you. Team. Sorry, James Cook. Sorry, Stephon Diggs. Wait, he's on the Steelers, or he's on the Patriots now. Sorry, everyone else on my team. I'm just going to do it myself. I'm 6'5", 200 and some odd pounds, and can run like a rhino. I'm just going to do it myself. He does, and he just throws the ball where he wants to. He doesn't give a hoot about his no-name receivers out there. He just does it all by himself, and just, I think we're going to see a lot of that. I think we're going to see a lot of Josh Allen putting the team on his back. It's just up to his defense to be able to give him a couple stops a game. And are we going to get that? I don't know. If I had to pick right now, which I do, I'm going to go to Bills over Jags.
Okay, that's where I'm at right now, but I have gone back and forth on this game several times. I can't make a solid pick that I can stick with in this game. And part of the reason why is because things that the Jaguars are good at, the Bills are bad at, and things that the Bills are good at, the Jags are bad at. But then there's also stuff that they're both really good at. So this is the best rushing offense for the Bills versus the best rushing defense for the Jaguars. The Bills have the best pass defense in the league. The Jags have the 21st ranked pass defense. The Jags have forced the second most turnovers in the league this season, and they have 11 more than the Bills. So there's certain things that the Bills are really, really good at that the Jaguars are also really good at to oppose that. But then it's also the opposite for the Jaguars going against the Bills. So I've gone back and forth in this game several times. I don't really know who to pick, But right now, I'm riding with Josh Allen because I trust him more as a quarterback. Because Trevor Lawrence, to me, and maybe it's just because I still think of Trevor Lawrence as just being the guy that we've seen the last few seasons where he doesn't really do anything and he's not very good, even though he's been a lot better this season. So maybe it's just because I still have that version of Trevor Lawrence in my mind. But in this game, I'm going to trust Josh Allen more than I'm going to trust Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence has got grills now, so.
Yo, Grills. Yo, Grills. You want to see my what?
All right, on to 49ers and Eagles. I'm going to start on this one. I don't want either team to win this game, honestly. I hate both of these teams.
Double elimination. You both lose, even if you win.
I hate both of these teams, but I just don't have it in me to pick the Philadelphia Eagles. I cannot do it. I've been saying all season long that the Eagles aren't going back to the Super Bowl, and I want them to lose in the first round so bad so that I can make a video trolling all the Eagles fans who said I was an idiot for saying that the Eagles are not going back to the Super Bowl. And if the Eagles lose, 100% you will see me make a video trolling Eagles fans because they lost in the first round when they said they were going to come back to my comments in February. Well, I'm going to come back early, okay? I'm going to come back early.
Hey, I hear from my wife. That's not a good thing.
It's going to come back hard.
I am praying that the 49ers win this game. And the one thing I want the 49ers to do is watch the Bears film versus the Eagles. Look at exactly what the Bears did against the Eagles and do exactly that. Run it down their throats. Run it down their throats. Just give the ball to Christian McCaffrey every single time. Nobody else in this game needs to even touch the ball. Don't even give it to Brock Purdy. Just give it to Christian McCaffrey, direct snap every single time. Let him run it down the throats of the Philadelphia Eagles run defense, which ranks 22nd in the league, by the way. Their pass defense is 8th best in the league. There's no reason Brock Purdy needs to throw this ball. No reason. Just give it to Christian McCaffrey every single time. Let him run it down the throats of the Philadelphia Eagles so that I control all the Eagles fans. Please, please do that.
I'm just actively reading the injury report on the 49ers website right now. Man, it does not look good in the defense for the 49ers. The good news is that the offense for the Eagles has been dookie recently. Tanner McKee looked like the best quarterback they had to throw the ball all year. But Jalen Hurts, yeah, okay, cool. I may not actually end up watching this football game. I could not care less about this football game, except for it matters on who the Rams play the following week. If the Rams end up winning, I had to quit talking like they are winning. I think Trent Williams coming back, most likely, is going to be huge. Ricky Pearsall, wide receiver, possibly coming back. He had re-aggravated his PCL injury. Brock Purdy apparently checked out fine. Although, if we're all being honest, I think this team is better with Mac Jones. I don't know what it is. I think this team is better with Mac Jones. I hate the 49ers. I hate them to my core. I also hate the Eagles. I, much like Joel, would rather both teams just lose this game. But I have to pick one, and I'm going to pick the Eagles just because they're home. And if the Rams happen to win against Carolina, then the Rams will most likely go to Philadelphia, where they can get revenge from last season.
Although, fun fact, did you know that the Rams have not beaten the Eagles since Matthew Stafford has been with the Rams?
I did not know that. Also, did you know that Sirianni has never lost a playoff game at home?
That's not enough sample size.
It's not.
I mean, one game, technically, you get that stat, but we also are, I mean, this team won the Super Bowl last year.
They're not doing it again.
Most likely not, but.
Avery, what do you think about this game?
I think the Eagles are going to take it because I don't want them to, and I feel like that's just going to happen.
Yeah.
It's a vibes election this year, and as much as the Eagles are going to win it. The Eagles are going to win it. Sorry, Joel.
They would win it just because I don't want them to.
I know. I think that's why they'll win it on my end as well. I mean, I actually think I dislike the Eagles more than the Niners, which is a lot. That's a lot. I would rather the Niners win. Yeah. It's a big thing coming from him.
Yeah, I want to make that video so bad. You have no idea. You have
I hope
no
they get
idea.
shut out. I hope they get shut out Texas Tech style or Alabama style almost. Just 3. Just give them a gentleman's shutout. Just to take the higher road a little bit. Give them a field goal.
I think it would be really cool to see 3 NFC West teams make the divisional round. I think that'd be really cool to see. I don't think it'll happen. It's almost like a true divisional round if the Cardinals were any good. But I think it would be fun. But I don't think it'll happen.
Cool. It would be cool because the Eagles wouldn't be there.
You're right.
All right, let's move on to Chargers at Patriots. So, Avery,
Patriots. Sorry to cut you out. Is this even worth talking
about?
All right,
Will stole my answer. The Patriots are going to win.
Is this even worth talking about? It's the Patriots.
It is worth talking about.
Okay. All right. Avery, I'm sorry to cut you off. Your turn.
I think the Patriots will win. I think the Chargers will lose. Yeah, Stranger things have happened. Like the last episode of Stranger Things, but I think the Patriots will just take this one. I just don't. The Chargers look tired and disinterested. Off vibes.
So you guys are giving the Chargers no chance.
A non-zero chance. Yes.
As Avery said, it's bad vibes, right? The Chargers lost their last 2 games coming into the playoffs. They lost to the Texans and they lost to the Broncos, both playoff teams. They won the 2 games, 3 games before that. 4 games before that. They beat the Raiders. They did beat the Eagles at home in overtime, which is great. They then beat the Chiefs, and then they beat the Cowboys. So, of your last 6 games, you played 3 playoff teams, and you only beat one of them. And it's just, now we're looking at the playoffs right now, and you're going to New England to play the Patriots. Mike Vrabel is just, he's coaching out of his mind right now. He's got Drake May playing well. Josh McDaniel, who could be a head coach somewhere, decided he doesn't want that life.
That's because he tried it and he sucked at it.
Yeah, well, look, that is true adulthood right there. Hey, I tried this. I suck at it, but I'm good at this. I'm just going to keep doing this. So I think that I don't even think it's close. This will be a game. When is this? What time is this game at?
I don't know. I didn't write down the times.
This is a Sunday night game. So 5 p.m. local, my time in the West Coast. There's a reason this game starts at 8 p.m. on the East Coast. Okay, it'll be 8 p.m. in Foxborough, New England. Massachusetts, I think, technically is where Foxborough's at. It's going to be cold. It's going to be miserable. The Chargers have a 3-hour time difference there. Night game. It's going to be miserable for the Chargers out there. Not a chance. I literally give them less chance than I give the Panthers.
Okay.
That is true. He said that earlier.
After all that, I agree with you guys that the Patriots are winning this one.
I appreciate you for trying to make it look like there might have been a non-consensus here.
The Chargers' offensive line is just depleted. They've given up 60 sacks this season, which is tied for the second most.
60?
60 sacks.
Woof. That's almost Caleb Williams bad.
Yeah, the Patriots they're not even one of the best pass rushing teams. They're actually towards the bottom of the league, getting 35 sacks. So they're not even one of the best pass rushing teams, but the Chargers offensive line has given up a lot of sacks this year. So that really concerns me. For the Chargers to have any chance in this game, their defense is just going to have to find a way to keep them in it. That's the only chance that they have, because this offensive line is not going to keep them in the game. It's not. So I think the Patriots are going to just run away with this game. But crazier things have happened. We could be wrong. All right, let's move on to Texans at Steelers. Will, what do you think? Who's winning this game?
Texans.
All right, Avery, since Will stole your thunder last time, you can steal his. Go ahead.
Will just said Texans?
I was looking at the injury report for the Chiefs, or for the Chargers. Their tackles aren't coming back. Yeah, I'm giving them less than 0 hope.
Less than 0. That's very low.
Yeah.
That's quite high, actually.
I would give more hope to a team that didn't make the playoffs to win this game.
The Bucs.
Nice.
No, not them.
Yeah, the Bucs. They're going to take it.
All right, Avery. What do you think? Who's winning?
Avery?
The Texans. The Texans are going to win. I'm very upset that the Steelers made the playoffs. I was convinced they weren't going to, and they had a bit of that situation where they still suck, but everyone else sucked harder, and so they got put in. So congrats to Pittsburgh. It reminds me of the movie Semi-Pro with Will Ferrell? Will Ferrell?
Yep.
Where his line is like, with this move, we will win 4th place. And like that's the goal, is just like winning 4th place. Like never anymore. They just want to win 4th place. And that's like Steelers. Like we will make the playoffs. We won't look good doing it. We will be a bad team and we will lose the first round. Come hell or high water, we will make the playoffs.
Will, do you agree?
Yes. No further
Will.
comments.
Okay. Well, then I'll just say there's a lot of similarities between these two teams. Just looking at the numbers, there's a lot of similarities. Both of these teams have only allowed 31 sacks. The Steelers have 48 sacks defensively, while the Texans have 47. They're both top 5 in creating takeaways, and they're both one of the better teams at not giving the ball away. So there's a lot of similarities between these two teams when you look at the numbers. However, the Texans defense is just overall better than the Steelers defense. The Texans are 4th in rushing yards allowed, and they're 6th in passing yards allowed, and the Steelers are 26th in rushing yards and 22nd in passing yards. They just don't do anything on offense very well at all, and the Texans defense is very, very good. Arguably the best defense in the NFL. It's just not a good matchup for the Steelers, in my opinion. There's a chance here that Aaron Rodgers gets sacked 100 times. That's how good the Texans defense is. I just don't think this matchup is good at all for the Steelers. Not in any way, shape, or form do I see this being a good matchup for the Pittsburgh Steelers, so I'm taking the Houston Texans.
This is the 3rd year in a row the Steelers have finished 10-7. The last 2 years, they lost in the wild card round as well. I don't exactly know who to. It doesn't really matter. As George just mentioned, this Texans defense is the exact opposite of the Jets defense. They're very good. They're holding teams.
Jets?
No, they're the opposite of the Jets. The Texans is the opposite of the Jets. That's what I said. Go back, rewind it, check the tape. The Texans is opposite Jets. Jets over there, Texans over there. It is crazy. For the first time all season, the Texans gave up 30 points. I don't know what the Steelers' point total is this year or what their point average is, but it can't be very high. It is points per game. It doesn't really matter here. Although I'm stuck on it. Can't stop.
Won't stop. I'm just looking at these team stats for the first time now and realizing that Dallas has like one of the best offenses and like the worst defense. But their offense, it looks better because of how often they're down, and so they have to keep going.
That is part of it.
Yep.
Jeez. What a mess.
It doesn't necessarily matter what I was doing here. This Texans team's going to wipe the floor with the Steelers team. Aaron Rodgers will get a send-off. He'll get one final home game in Acrisure Stadium, which is not like his home stadium. I hope truly the Jets hire him to a one-day contract and he retires a Jet just to piss the Packers off. I think that'd be hilarious. I also think that if they are one and done, this is another team where we could see both, in this case, coach and quarterback right off into the sunset. And that the Steelers wouldn't fire Mike Tomlin, but I think they would mutually agree to part ways.
Mutual, yeah.
Mutually agree to part ways.
Whenever anyone gets fired, it's always mutual.
It's mutual.
Oh, we missed it. I meant to say this earlier. I think Sean McDermott also on this list of if you don't make the championship game, you're out. How many years has McDermott had? How many years has McDermott had a really, really good team, built well, done well in the regular season, and then you hits it away in the playoffs? Too many to count now. He's wasting Josh Allen's prime, quote unquote. But I think, especially if they lose to the Jags first round, I think McDermott is done.
I can see that.
Will this be the 4th year? Will this be the 4th year of disappointment for the Bills?
Yeah.
The 4th year?
Are you implying that the Bills have gone to 4 straight Super Bowls and lost all 4?
Not even.
Man, I missed all of these. I think Harbaugh for the Chargers is another one that if he's out early, I think they might move on from Harbaugh.
They'll hire Jim or John.
Might.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
I also
they just
think
swap roles.
Given the turnover in the locker room that has been talked about with Philly this year, I think if the Niners beat the Eagles first round of the playoffs, Sirianni might be on more of the hot seat than people are giving him credit for right now.
It wouldn't surprise me because if you don't win the Super Bowl every year in Philly, you suck.
Basically.
According to those fans. So
the worst fans.
Worst.
Sorry.
Anyways,
I missed those who were talking about those teams. Had to go back through it.
All right, well, let's move on to the final question of this episode. So, Will, this is not the question, but this part of the question is specifically for you. If you cannot pick your own team, which two teams would you like to see in the Super Bowl the most?
It's got to be the Seahawks. It's got to be.
I did not expect you to say that.
I have really, really, really turned face on the Seahawks. I used to abhor them. I used to hate them through and through. Matter of fact, one of my reasons for picking the Rams was I hated the Seahawks so much.
But then his child said, "Ha ha," when they got a first down, and it warmed his heart. He loved that.
Kind of a little bit. I actually don't hate the Seahawks as much. I was talking to Joey today at work, and I said I actually almost like them. I don't actually like them. I almost like them. And he looked at me and looked over at his other coworkers. Hey, we'll take it. That's a win. That's an absolute win. So I think I'm going to go Seahawks on the NFC side. Which would I like to see the most? I mean, if we're talking about a good game, probably Seahawks Patriots again.
Okay.
Super Bowl teams. Not again. I don't think they. Oh yeah, they did play right. Run the ball in the 1 yard line.
Another interception at the 1 yard line.
Yeah. I think Seahawks bats, and that's where I'm at.
Avery, what about you?
I mean,
if you cannot pick your own team, which you can't do, which two teams
predictions? Just what would I like to see?
Yeah, which two teams would you most like to see in the Super Bowl? Not a prediction, just two teams you would most like to see.
Chargers and just kidding. No, I was about to say the Seahawks, but I don't want to pick Will's answer. But Gavin, who was not on the podcast, he really likes them, and so I was gonna do that, but I'm gonna go 2015 rematch. I'm going to go Panthers-Broncos. I would love to see that.
That'd be a good one.
But also, I do think Seahawks-Broncos would be awesome as well. I think either of those matchups, I'd like to see the Broncos on the AFC side and one of those two teams.
Okay. For me, the two teams I would like to see no. Okay, good. The two teams that I would like to see in the Super Bowl the most is the Jaguars and the Rams. And the reason I would like to see the Jags is because I am a big fan of when teams that have never been to a championship or the star player or the quarterback specifically in this case has never won a championship. I'm a big fan of when those teams go to the championship and have a chance at it. So like, for example, in the NBA, when the Thunder and the Pacers were in the NBA finals, I was a big fan of that finals because neither team had ever won a championship. So I was a big fan of that. It's not like your typical Lakers and Celtics. Like, to me, that's boring. To me, that's very boring. So I'm a big fan of when teams or quarterbacks that have never won it go to the Super Bowl and have a chance to win it. For the Rams, I'm also a fan of when quarterbacks, regardless of if they've won or not, have the chance to win a Super Bowl and then go out on top. There's a lot of people who think that Matthew Stafford could retire after this season if he wins the Super Bowl. Now, if he wins the Super Bowl and he doesn't retire, not as cool. Not as cool. Unless you're Will or a Rams fan. But for me, it's not as cool. Like if he wins a Super Bowl and he retires after winning the Super Bowl, I think that's really cool.
MVP, Super Bowl and Super Bowl MVP retire into the sunset. Whew.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to retire, or Megatron comes back and we run it back.
And then
balls in your court.
Then the Rams trade their 2 wins for Joe Burrow, and we do it again next year.
Except he'll probably get hurt, so good luck.
Except for the Rams have a good offensive line.
we'll see what happens. But yeah, I would go Jags and Rams as the two teams I would like to see the most. And if I had to choose a different matchup, I would go Bills and Rams just because same reason, like Josh Allen hasn't been there before. But I think it would be cooler to see Trevor Lawrence there because Trevor Lawrence can finally live up to the fat contract he has, and he could finally live up to who we thought he was going to be when he got drafted into the NFL. I think that would be cool to see.
It's kind of like the college football playoff right now. I mean, with the exception of Miami. I mean, they haven't won in a while, but I don't know if Ole Miss has won, but I know Indiana hasn't, and I know Oregon hasn't. So it'll be nice to see.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think there's a very strong possibility that in the AFC side, we get a team in the Super Bowl, whether they win or not, we get a team in the Super Bowl that has never won a Super Bowl. They will be going for their first team's win. Very high possibility.
Regardless of the team, I would love to see that. I think that's cool.
I don't believe the Chargers have ever won. Texans have never been there. Jaguars have never been there, and the Bills have never won. So pretty high possibility there.
Yeah, I think that would be really cool. All right. Well, do you guys have anything else you want to add before we close out this episode?
I do have one question here. If you are the Broncos and the Seahawks, and you're looking at this week, who are you most afraid to face next week coming off your bye week?
The Rams and the Texans. The Rams and the Texans.
I agree.
Those are the two.
I agree.
I was a toss-up between the Bills and the Texans, but I actually think you're spot on. I think the Rams for sure on the NFC side, and it's got to be Texans, especially the Broncos who don't have a great offense. That's why. That would be the most boring playoff game, the most boring divisional round game of all time. It's like 2-3 final score because it's just defensive game the entire time. But I'd watch the heck out of that game. I'd sit there and be like, son, look at this. Now look at this. You want to play football? Look at this. Watch this.
See how nothing's happened? It's so good. No one can do anything.
People would be hammering the under hard in that game. Over be set at like 25 points for a playoff game.
All right. Well, that's how we got on this episode, guys. But next week, I think what we're going to talk about, I don't know for sure, but I think what we're going to do is we'll talk about some more playoff matchups. But because we should have some extra time because there's not as many games, I think what we're going to try and do is talk about some coaches and the coaching changes that have happened, because there's been a lot of coaches that have been fired. I anticipate there will be a couple more at least that will be fired. Todd Bowles, Bucks, I'm talking to you. Possibly there will be a coach that's already hired by next week. I don't know, but we'll talk about some of the changes that are happening, maybe rank some of our top coaching candidates, and maybe which job you think is the most desirable. So I don't know for sure yet. We'll see what happens, but I think that's kind of the direction that we're going to go. So,
and if Oregon beats Indiana, we will be discussing that game and the national championship, because that is a big deal for me. And even though the NFL is not part of this, some of those guys will make it to the NFL, and so that's connection enough.
We can make it work. We can make it work.
I'm into that.
It's also football. It's like the championship. It's like
it's football, right? Yeah, we're talking championships. Yeah. Like Montana State.
That was wild.
Yeah,
that was wild.
All right, guys. Well, that's all we got time for on this episode. As always, don't forget to keep your balls played with. We'll see you next time.
Bye now, y'all. Also, Mark Davis' haircut still sucks.